Yo. Right. Who is the most important person in the world? It's a question for you, isn't it? I'll give them in reverse order, yeah? There's top three in reverse order. Yeah. Number three, the president of the Russian Federation, yeah? And number two, the American president. So who's number one? The American submarine captain. All right, today's topic, yeah, the hydrogen bomb. What the fuck's the hydrogen bomb, man? Fuck. Okay, then, otherwise known as the H bomb. Okay, what's it all about then? Right, well, we're gonna start a little bit before the H bomb, yeah. If anybody don't know what I'm on about so far, I'm talking about nuclear weapons, right? Nuclear weapons, big mushroom clouds, nothing left and all that, and everything destroyed, yeah? Okay, then let's crack into it, man. Let's crack into it. Right then, where we're going to start? Right then, we'll start at the end of World War II, yeah? How's that sound? The end of World War II, yeah? Basically now, right, what's happened is this, yeah? They've made a bomb called an atom bomb, an A bomb. Everyone's heard of the atom bomb, right? This is what's known as a plutonium weapon or a uranium weapon, right? Okay then, so we all know the story, what's happened to the poor bloody Japanese, what's it called, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right? So that's the A bomb, right? That's a plutonium weapon. We're talking 1945, yeah? Right then, let's bust into it, man. Let's bust into it. So basically, you've got the American scientists with a few British and Germans and what have you, working on this secret project, yeah. It was built originally for Hitler. It was built to drop on Hitler's Germany, man. That's what it was meant for originally, but he fucked up then. He fucked his war up, and basically the war was over before they even. So they decided to drop it on the Japanese instead. Horrible bastards, but never mind. That's what happened. It is what it is. It's like this, right? So, right then, where's the hydrogen bomb coming to all this then? Right, well, so you got like the victorious powers at the end of World War II. You got like America and Russia, the main ones. Okay, Britain was as well, but Britain was bankrupt. Yeah, busted balls to get through the war. You know. Anybody who's done history on this knows what I'm on about already, but might be new for some people. Let's just crack into it anyway, right? So you got the main victorious powers from the Second World War, the Russians and the Americans, right? So now the Americans have got the bomb, but the Russians ain't. Yeah, so they're playing catch up, and the Russians are. Yeah, so basically, and then I think it's 1949. Yeah, the Russians detonated their first nuclear weapon. Yeah. When you look at the documents, it looks fucking rubbish. It's like a black puff of smoke. It's nothing like the American ones. Big fireball, mushroom clouds and that. Well, anyway, you can go and do a bit of research yourself, can't you? Boys and girls. All right then. So, basically now, right, you've got the Russians catching up with all their spies and that, like getting secrets, how to build the weapons, nuclear weapons, as we're talking today, yeah. So anyway, so the Americans now, they've got some new shit going on. It's 1951 or 52. I have to check on that. 51 or 52. Right, so basically, they've gone into the middle of the Pacific Ocean on one little island. I think it's called Bikini Atoll, if I can remember right, yeah. And they've built some new device called it was a deuterium capsule. Basically, it's an hydrogen bomb, right? So basically, what this hydrogen bomb thing now? Now let me just rewind a bit back to the atom bomb, yeah, because basically they use like a plutonium weapon to get up to temperature the hydrogen weapon. So it's kind of like got an atom bomb screwed to the end of it just to get it up to heat. So basically what we're talking about now, right, let's go back to the atom bomb first, yeah. Right, the atom bomb, plutonium, got a plutonium core about the size of a grapefruit, yeah, surrounded in electronic high explosives, yeah, like in a spherical thing and ball and sphere around it, yeah. So they all go off at exactly the same time. So what we're doing here is we're crushing the plutonium core, which is about the size of a grapefruit, yeah. When the explosives are going off in this atomic bomb, yeah, the conventional explosives, which are surrounding the core, crush it, yeah. So we ain't got an explosion, we've got an implosion, right? Right then, so what's an implosion? Super weird, right? So basically what's happening this year, you got a thing called nuclear fission, right? Fission, Fission, right? So basically the Germans was actually the first one to get a fission reaction in a laboratory about 1933, something like that, right? So basically, yeah, when you got this implosion from the high explosives surrounding the plutonium core, you get a thing going on called nuclear fission. Now, what the fuck's nuclear fission, man? Right, nuclear fission is basically when atoms are splitting apart, bouncing into other atoms and making them split apart. Yeah, you get the nuclear chain reaction, right? And that's where you get your big energy exchange from matter to energy. Because as we all know, E equals MC squared, right? Okay, so that's the basics of the atom bomb, the A bomb, plutonium weapon, the uranium gun, whatever you want to call it, right? Specifically, I think it was called the Fat Man or the Little Boy or something like that, right? The ones that dropped on the poor bloody Japanese, right? So now you're thinking, well, what's the hydrogen bomb? So basically, the hydrogen bomb, yeah. I'm sure it was called a deuterium capsule, the first one. And then I got the test, I think it was called Ivy Mike or Castle Bravo, one of the two. Right, the first hydrogen bomb test. You gotta go and look at these things on YouTube, man. Right, if I had time and all the I'd put a video on, like, in the background on this, but I ain't got it like that, you know. So anyway, right, so basically what's going on there with the hydrogen bomb, yeah, that's a different nuclear reaction, yeah. So we've got the plutonium weapon just to get up to the temperature, and then what's going on here now is we've got a fusion reaction. Right now, what the fuck's a fusion reaction? Can you all thinking to yourselves? Right, well, that's like the opposite to a fission reaction. It's when atoms fuse together, you're getting some serious energy releases from this. Is where you get the big flash bang, what you call it, a fireball with a mushroom cloud, right, and all that. Right then, so I've got loads of notes on this, yeah, but listen, let me tell you something quickly, yeah. I'm only going to do a 30-minute video on this because my phone, that's what my phone's saying to me, 33 minutes, so we'll just stick around 30 minutes, yeah. I've been studying these subjects here for 25 years since I left school. I never went to school that much, but when I left school, I started educating myself. First of all, I come to like history, like World War II and Napoleon, and I'm thinking, what's this Cold War all about with these atom bombs and that? So this is how I got into it. So, but I've got plenty of notes on it here. Yeah, what I'm talking about basically is the Cold War now. A lot of people ain't never heard of this shit, and like, I mean, it's over now kind of thing. There's still a Cold War, kind of. They call it 2.0, I think, something like that, with China and America, and you know the things. You know what I'm on about anyway. Right. So basically, this is a situation. Right, you've all heard of the Iron Curtain and the Berlin Wall and all that, right? So like East and West divided, Russians on one side, the Americans on the other, and you got all this nuclear arms race, just building weapons and weapons and weapons, getting out of hand. Basically, I don't know, I think it was both the Americans and the Russians, man, yeah, they got this system, yeah, called, I think the Americans called it a triad or triangle or triangulation system or something, basically. Right then, what's the triangulation? What's he on about now? You're thinking, right, basically you got this, we're talking now about the delivery systems for these weapons. Yeah, it ain't like you can just put it in your suitcase. Well, actually, they did have suitcase atomic bombs, but right when they miniaturised them afterwards, we're on about right at the beginning now, and the size of a house. The weapons like the size of a house. Yeah, at this point, because I'm testing, right? So it's like you can just put it in your backpack. So okay, so when they've tested it and they've refined it now, it's about the size of 3 or 4 washing machines together, like, you know what I mean, something like that, right? So now I'm talking this triangle thing. I'm talking about delivery systems, because so like basically we'll just fire straight into it. Yeah, the first one we'll chat about is going to be the aeroplane, the gravity bomb. Just simply opens the bottom of the thing, the bomb bay doors open at the bottom, and it just drops out, and then I think it detonates about 500 feet above the ground. It's like a normal bomb. Because what you got to see is this, yeah. What you got to understand is this, yeah. Before there was an atomic bomb, yeah, you had, I think there was called I think it was called dumb bombs, or some kind of armament. It just used to fall out of the airplane, like loads of them together, like dozens and dozens of them together, and then it just exploded on impact. Now, yeah, to destroy your house, yeah, but these, when you're talking about these first atom bombs, yeah, that thing destroys the whole city, one bomb, right? So it's like 1,000 times powerfuler than a conventional bomb. You understand, right? So now when we come to this hydrogen bomb, yeah, like this one's 1,000 times more powerful than the atom bomb. You understand? It ain't all normally nuclear weapon. They call this one a thermonuclear weapon. That's what they call it, right? Anyway, so first part of the triangle we'll talk about, yeah, is the gravity bomb. Gravity bomb delivery system is basically an airplane, yeah. So basically, yeah, you've got like you got the other two things. I'll talk about them in a minute, right? Basically, the airplane, yeah. So when you're getting on holiday, yeah, when you're going on holidays, going to Ibiza, catching the airplane, yeah. These airplanes, what we're using there, they weren't designed to take you on holiday. No. What is it? What is it? What you're getting on? You think about it, right? And you can check your history on this. You're on a Boeing 737 or whatever they're called now, yeah. It's a high pressure cabin. Now, do you really think, yeah, that they've designed a high pressure cabin to take your ass to Ibiza or Las Vegas? Is that really what you thought? Oh, they've designed, yeah, okay, they're making money off it now, but that shit been designed for holidays, for going on holidays. The jet airplane was designed, it was a jet bomber. That's what it was. It was designed with a high pressure cabin to fly higher than the radar and the surface to air missiles and that. It weren't designed to take you to Spain. No. Don't get it all mixed up like that, right? So, and there's quite a lot of the technology what we use today, yeah, all comes from the army and the military trying to kill each other. That's where it all comes from. I'll run some off you in a bit, right? And we'll always be talking about that in other videos and that, especially when the more militant ones. But this is a tricky subject. This one is. Bit of a tricky subject, right? Not many people really know about it. Okay, then, so what's the second arm on the triangle, right? Second arm on the triangle is the land-based missile silo, right? Otherwise known as the ICBM. Now, what does ICBM stand for? It stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, right? What the fuck's one of them you're thinking, right? Basically what it is, you've probably seen them on the films and that, right? It's like, it's underground rocket. It's like a big massive missile rocket thing, and like you got some slabs, and then the slabs open and you see a puff of smoke and a flash and a flame, and then the rocket comes out, and then that shit's going all the way up to space. Yeah, that's right, it's going up to space. That's why it's called a ballistic missile, because it's on a ballistic trajectory. It's like Napoleon's artillery 100 years before, obviously much higher and much more technical, right? So basically, when it gets up to space, right, it'll split off. Like, I don't think these things have got one one bomb on the end of them. Nah, they don't play it like that, right? Obviously the first ones did, and you guy in North Korea's only got one on his and that, yeah. These, no, these Americans and the Russians, nah, they got 10 warheads on. I think the British had 3. I'm not sure about France and China, to be honest, but the Americans and the Russians, they got 10 warheads on the end of that bad boy. Let me tell you that. They're called them MERVs, right? MERVs stands for Multiple Independently Targeted Re-entry Vehicle, something like that, right? What kind of shit. So you got the missiles splits up in space into 10 warheads plus shaft, plus flares, plus countermeasures, electronic jamming devices, and all sorts of decoys. Yeah, crafty little bastards, ain't they? Right. So and then it comes down onto the target. Well, bam, 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 bam. All these cities are gone. That's off one rocket, right? All right. Then what's the third arm of the triangle? Can anyone have a guess? Right, basically it's the ballistic missile submarine system. Right, so what the fuck's that? Otherwise known as SSBNs, SSBs, SSNs, and all sorts of crazy shit like that. That's just the Americans ones. I couldn't even start. This would be all night starting doing specifications and models and all that malarkey. And I ain't even got it like that, to be honest. Just got a few names here and there, a few abbreviations and that, right? So abbreviations. The submarine ballistic missile system is called the SLBM, which I think it stands for Sea Launched Ballistic Missile. Yeah. So basically, what we're talking about now, we're talking about you lying in bed thinking everything's great. Yeah. Oh, everything's comfortable. I'm extremely safe. I live in a democracy. We're protected with our nuclear weapons umbrella by NATO and la-di-da-da, ra-ta-ta, right? So, yeah, you're in bed, but most of the people on this planet, yeah, especially in these countries, what I'm talking about, they don't understand that there's submarines hiding underneath the Antarctic fucking ice shell or the ice cap in the North Pole, whatever it's fucking called, yeah, hiding underneath the ice sheet so that satellites can't see them with their infrared, you know what I mean, detectors and that. They're hiding underneath the polar caps, the ice caps, right? Just anything. Mr. Trump falls out with Mr. Putin. Guess who's going up in a flash and a bang without even knowing about it? Yeah, that's right. You and your mom and everybody else. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, terrible, isn't it? But anyway, let's crack on with it anyway. So, when we're talking about these hydrogen bombs now, listen, it ain't no easy thing. You gotta go and watch some videos and that on them. Basically, it's the same process as what's going on the sun, on a star, like, you know what I mean? It's a fusion nuclear process, yeah. It's just like having like a star, but on Earth, but a little star, you know, like it's the same as the sun. Thermonuclear reaction. It's what you want to do that for and bring it down to Earth and start making bombs out of it. Never mind, we know what they're like anyway. I'm just looking at my notes here, yeah. What else have I got to say about this ridiculous subject? Yeah, so let's go back to the first wing of the triangle, yeah, the aircraft bomber, right? So basically, yeah, you got like, I mean, they used to have them in they used to have nuclear weapons in cannons and everything afterwards. Like, the main bulk of the military was like airplanes, land-based silos, like land-based missiles, and submarine-based missiles, right? Submarine platform. That's what they had the bulk of the armed forces in. And then they had all sorts of other tricks like nuclear bombs in suitcases and that afterwards in like 70s and that 1970s. It's all quite ridiculous. I mean, you get that many things what start as a military application. Like, I mean, like the World Wide Web start. That ain't shit. That ain't start so you can watch YouTube videos. No. they ain't got it like that, you know. The World Wide Web started to link the command centres up in World War Three. That's what the internet's for. Yet granted, it was also used to connect the universities and the colleges across America, we know that. But primarily, listen, that shit was to link the command centres together, and after a nuclear exchange, you understand, or during and before a nuclear exchange. So that shit's for. I'll get and all these satellites now. Come on? Do you really think, yeah, that satellites and bouncing things across space, yeah, so that you can watch the fucking Simpsons? Is that what you think? Or you can watch MTV? Is that what you think it was really made for? No. You course are milking the money off that there, because there ain't no World War Three. See, it's all in the title, the Cold War, yeah. I mean, basically, yeah, what they're talking about, yeah, it's a war what didn't go hot. And there's another way of looking at it, like, you could say it's cold because of the freezing of, like, East-West relationships, but anyway, basically, yeah, they making satellites. They're not going to make satellites so you can watch The Simpsons. No. They ain't going to make satellites so your mom can watch MTV. No. They make satellites for weapons systems and the military commanders. Understand? Same with LSD. They ain't make LSD so you can go off to other realms and meet alien animal fucking half unicorn creatures on your DM tree. No. They made LSD for the CIA, for covert operations in the jungle, try to kill Fidel Castro and all that. They ain't make LSD so you could go tripping with your mates in Amsterdam. No. You got it twisted, mate. You got it wrong again. Same thing. There's just so many of them. It's the most amount of things. What you see now, right? What got a civilian application. They all started with military application. I'm telling you, CD-ROM. Check this. CD-ROM and your DVDs. What started in the early 90s? Something. Do you think somebody invented a CD-ROM for you to listen to Michael Jackson? Come on. You ain't that naive and gullible. Come on. CD-ROM. Listen, that shit's advanced technology still. I can't still really work it out myself now. Binary code. Ones and zeros, and you're getting all your pictures, software, and your porn, and all your films and music and that. Still baffles me, and it's fucking decades old. Do you think they invented that for you to play fucking Super Mario Brothers on? Oh, come on, man. I'll tell you what they made that for. They made that because I had that much paperwork on these submarines, yeah. The fucking ship would probably sink. You know what I'm saying? Right? CD-ROM was invented for submarines. That's what it was made for the Navy. The American Navy invented that shit, yeah. So anyway, all this Cold War supposed to be ended. Yeah, we've still got missiles pointing at each other, yeah. But the bulk of the weapons, I think they've destroyed them, and you know what I mean, put them out of commission and what have you. The Russian weapons in a terrible state. Like, so we still got dangerous areas like with the Russians, because they ain't like maintaining their weapons, and the electronics are all decades old, so there could be like some accidents. But you know what that is? Tough shit, isn't it, if that shit happens? I mean, you know, we don't want it to happen, obviously, but if it does, it is what it is, right? But we can't do nothing about it, man. So the reason I've done that intro on you at the beginning of the video, who's the most important person in the world, I got that off the Crimson Tide film with Gene Hackman, whatever, yeah. It's like, you're thinking, well, where's the Russian submarine captain? If the third most important guy, I mean, we're talking about dudes now until we get Hillary in the office or whatever it is, yeah. We're talking about pure dudes at the moment. I've never seen a fucking female submarine captain, have you? Well, so I'm talking about pure dudes right about now. So the three most important dudes in the world, in reverse order: the Russian president, the American president, and the American submarine captain. So you're thinking, why the fuck's that? Well, whether you watch film or whether you've delved into the military a little bit, into the navy, unless you've done that, you ain't gonna fucking know, are you? I'll tell you what it is straight away, right? The Russian submarine captain is not on the list, nowhere to be seen or heard of, because they haven't got the authority to launch independently, right? So what we're talking about now, basically, the only way they can let their birds go, so to speak, launch their missiles, right, is by direct orders from Moscow, right? So this is how the Russian system works. They ain't giving their commanders the authority to launch on their own. Right now, the Americans still have to have the president's authority, yeah. But if there's a fuck up, yeah, and the White House has been destroyed and all of the military bases in America have been annihilated, let's say, right? They've got a system where the captain can launch independently. They've got like the codes inside a safe, and like, so if something fucks up and all the president's dead and the vice president's dead and the national security fucking whatever it's called, all dead, well, they can still retaliate and absolutely destroy Russia. I'm talking about one submarine. Probably destroyed the whole of Russia, and they've got loads of fucking submarines. And back in the day, they had so many submarines, oh my god. Right, so how they never done an accident, I don't know. But the American captains have got the authority to launch independently. Now, you can watch the film Crimson Tide, watch it a couple of times, you'll see what I'm on about, right? Now, that can make things a bit dangerous, can't it? Makes things a little bit risky, you know what I mean? And then, so like basically now, the main threat now ain't so much like a political argument, what's going to do it like. It's going to be like a computer error or a malfunction. It ain't going to probably come from human error even. It's going to probably be a computer error or just a fuck up, basically. Just a fucking balls up. It could happen, yeah. Or you could like, I suppose you could get hackers, terrorists or something to hack into the system. Like, there's a film in the 80s, and I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called War Games with Matthew Broderick. That's quite interesting. It was quite interesting for the time. Like, basically, it's whiz kid. He broke into the American command system on the computer and that, you know what I mean? It's going back to the day with floppy disks and that. There weren't even all CD-ROMs back what I'm talking about now. But yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Talking of mad, saying it's mad. They actually had a political doctrine or political fucking stance, whatever you call it, and it was actually called MAD. It stood for MAD, like MAD for short, and it stood for Mutual Assured Destruction. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Right, basically, if one side got the upper hand and it had the capability to take the other side out without being destroyed itself, that upset the nuclear balance. The balance, they used to call it the balance of terror. That's what serious. That's what they used to call it now. He said, I should have told you at the beginning, to be honest. Shit, man, I should have put a little warning at the beginning of this video, because if you ain't centered and you ain't grounded in that, yeah, which we should be over here by now. That's our main, going to be our main shit going forward, about being centered, not being unperturbed, not being thrown off center, thrown off balance, all that, yeah. If you ain't like that, this shit can upset your life. I'll tell you that straight. I know I never used to have nightmares and that about it, but I used to daydream sometimes. Think, oh, what would happen if they dropped one in my little town, or one in Birmingham, just down the road. So I'd trip out on it a little bit, but I'm a little bit crazy like that. So I'm a little bit thick-skinned like that, so I can handle it, I suppose. I'm a big boy. But some of you little beta males ain't going to be able to... I mean, you probably switched the video off by now anyway, so I've just voided and invalid my own sentence. But anyway, listen, I'm going to leave it to that because I'm coming up to 30 minutes and I've got this Samsung S7 Edge like that at the moment, so I can only do a half an hour video, so that's what I'm going to be doing at the beginning. So I'll invest in a video camera. Right, so subscribe if you like this shit, press like, or get the fuck off the channel if you don't really like it. Thumbs down if you want, I don't care, put your thumb wherever you like it. So yeah, like, subscribe, and hit me up in the comments what if you got any ideas, or you got any fresh topics that you think we should have a crack at over here. Just write them in the comments and that, yeah. And till the next time, peace.